Hey, uh, if just one person is listening, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, paying attention to, these ideas and concepts that I'm putting forth. All under the banner of ancestral truth. Our ancestors spoke truth all the time. That was our gift to the world. We spoke truth all the time. That was our value to the world. It can still be. Right now, we don't seem to have much value in the world. So anyway, let's look about this thing, and we could change it in moments, actually. They say, oh, it didn't take Rome or something. Whatever. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was taken out in 35 minutes. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to spend the same amount of time destroying something as it takes to build it. The Twin Towers, remember them joints? They just melted down. Ooh. Right down within a square block radius. They didn't even fall. So it don't take that long to destroy something you want to get rid of. And the thing we need to get rid of is a reputation for lying. Our people have a reputation right now for lying. They call us corrupt, all kind of scam, anything, man. You're not even trusted before they even know who you are. They didn't untrusted you. They wrote you up in a narrative, and now they didn't put you in it. And not only that, this is the beautiful part. You believe the narrative they put you in. You're in a play, and you think you really the character. You done fell into a play. Somebody wrote a play, and now you think you're really the character. You're not even yourself. You're the character. I'm this character. They wrote in the play, this, whatever. Yeah. So I wrote down something to be discussing on this particular video. And just for the moment, I'm going to check and see what that was, because I think it goes like this. Let me see if I can bring it up to mine. Okay. It goes like, no, I ain't going to get lucky with that one. All this stuff comes from somewhere, man. I don't be making this stuff up. It ain't me. The Creator sends me information or whatever, the spirits, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't mind. But I remember some years ago, I was speaking to a dude, and I mentioned checkers versus chess as an analogy, speaking to him about, how we're playing the game, how we look at this game of life. And I was telling him we're playing checkers, and the other people on the board, and there's a lot of people on the board, Indians, Chinese, everybody else on the board, they playing chess. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Because a lot of times people don't understand, well, yeah. Most people that hear that analogy, and I think most people who use it don't know how to play chess. Maybe don't even know how to play checkers. Checkers and chess have different goals. They're different setups. And if you can't just move from one to the next one without knowing how to play, that ain't gonna work. You can't. You bring a checker mentality to a chess board, you will lose. Simply done. Let's go through these things, because I got about 4 minutes. I can spend some time on this, because the elucidation might even bring about illumination. Let's see how it goes. Okay, first, it's the thing that got me to say I need to talk about this, because people sound just talking that crap. It goes like this. In chess, let's start with the thing we assume most people don't know, which is chess. In chess, there's a king and a queen. There's only the possibility of getting more queens, not more kings. In checkers, there are no queens. The only possibility is of more kings. So now you got a bunch of kings on the board. Okay, fine. However, in chess, when one of the peons or whatever make it to the back of the board or wherever they head for, like in checkers, they become a king. Where in chess, they become whatever you want it to be, up to a queen, but never the king. Chess, the king is already set. You know who the leader is. Stop playing. Checkers is some crap where you might be the king, you might not. Somebody jump you even though you're a king, now you gone. That's how y'all playing checkers. Oh, it was this guy. He was our leader. I don't trust him. He turned us in. All of this stuff y'all doing, that's checkers, man. It ain't nothing but checkers. You can call it what you want. On the board, though, people just look. You see what the board looks at. People on the board who playing look at you like you're a joke. Because you joking, man. You don't have no king. Have a king. You must have a monarch in order to play chess. Otherwise, you ain't in the game. You got all these guys running around talking about, I'm the king, I'm the new king, I'm the emperor. I mean, are you and me? And nobody recognizes them. Very few people, more than a few thousand. A few thousand. We got 100 million. And a few thousand recognize this guy and that guy. That's why you playing checkers, man. There's a bunch of kings everywhere. All over the board, just doubled up. They done double down. That's what they do when you make a king in checkers. You put a double on it, so you can recognize it's not like the regular peon. It's a double now. Peon. In chess, there's royalty. There's royal. They got a whole court, man. They got the priest. They got the fucking army. That's a king's court. What is the priest, army? They got the whole thing, huh? Or in the castle. Somebody got to build that sucker, keep it straight up, the fortress. Stuff like that. Because you got to have that. Other kings will come and try to take your stuff. And then leave you with a bunch of little peons running around trying to get double stacked, thinking they're kings. Some little guy got, I don't know how y'all do it, man, but, I'm going to tell you, right out. Entertainers are entertainers. You're trying to make entertainers into philosophers and leaders and stuff like that. Even preachers, they're entertainers. They can't lead you nowhere, baby. They're entertainers. They're going to lead you to the next stage. And then you get another script from whoever the director, the producer, and all them people who really run the show. So, you get it, right? Let's see if I can bring that back. I ain't going to bring it back. Checkers is different than chess. It's a whole different game. You could say you're playing chess on a checkers board because you ain't left the board yet till you got a monarch, until you have a court. Then you could be on the chess board. Until then, you don't qualify. Just like you can't go to a poker game, but if you can't up the first ante, you're just sitting at the table. You should give that seat to somebody who can play. Chess versus checkers. Let's get in the real game. Yeah? If you have any ideas, write some comments below. I'm glad you're even watching this. Like it, subscribe to it, because I got more. Watch all of them. They're not very long. They're all on different concepts that lead to speaking the truth all the time. That's just that simple. And this is the truth. Checkers and chess, most people who are using that analogy when they're talking about our situation don't have no idea what they're doing. Otherwise, they could back off of that and realize we cannot be playing chess until we have a monarch. A monarchy, a super monarchy. It ain't got to be just one person. It could be a super monarchy. They call them nations, I think, governments. No. Like that, though, that kind of thing. Yeah. Otherwise, checkers is the game we are playing, and don't get confused. All you're doing is jumping over each other. You're not going nowhere. You're not moving on the table. You're just jumping over each other, hopping over each other. I hopped over him. Now I'm a king. I hopped over him. I'll burn you all. I said, y'all can't talk to me. I got all the information in the world about how you going to have, how you going to have all the information in that world about something that happened over 5 years ago, over 500 years ago, over 5,000 years ago, and cannot at this very moment tell me your brother's address, your sister's address, your auntie address. How you going to tell me something that happened 15,000 years? You know, what y'all playing on a checkers board and trying to be grown. You're just playing. You got looks, you got what they call them, no, views. You got views, you got followers, you got Patreon, you got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It don't matter what you got. Meanwhile, you're still on this little checkers board. Let's get on a bigger play field and get into a bigger, more sophisticated game and play with the real players of the world. No more checkers.